So Prime Minister Modi has a packed schedule in Paris. But he's all set to take this hustle out of the capital and into one of France's most bustling cities. He's travelling to Marseille tonight. This is a historic city in the south of France, and the Indian Prime Minister has a number of events lined up there, starting with the crucial bilateral talks with President Macron, followed by a visit to a war cemetery to pay tribute to Indian soldiers who fought in World War I, after which he will also inaugurate India's second diplomatic mission in France. Now, these are all major diplomatic moves, but there's more here than meets the eye, because Marseille is a strategic gateway for India, for technology, for trade, for energy, and for the economy. Our next report tells you why Marseille matters.
This is Marseille, located in the south of France, on the Mediterranean coast. This is the oldest city in the country. It's the crossing point between mainland France and the sea. For the Greek settlers who founded the port city around 600 BC, this was the land they stepped on when they arrived. And tonight, that's where India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be. After a packed schedule in Paris, Prime Minister Modi has a number of events lined up in Marseille, starting with the all-important bilateral between the two premiers. Talks on innovation, defense, nuclear energy, and bilateral trade seem to be on the cards for PM Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron. On Wednesday, the two leaders will visit the Mazargues War Cemetery. You see, Marseille was the base of the Indian troops in France during the First World War. The Mazargues War Cemetery has an Indian memorial to honor the fallen soldiers. And that's where the two leaders will pay tribute to the sacrifices made by Indian soldiers. Following this, they will inaugurate a new Indian consulate in Marseille. And this is a major diplomatic move for a number of reasons. This will be the first Indian consulate in France and India's second diplomatic mission in the country after the embassy in Paris. This is important for practical reasons, because the consulate will cater to the growing Indian diaspora in France. It will improve efficiency by reducing the need for journeys to the French capital for consular work, and provide assistance to Indian businesses increasing their footprint in France. This move is crucial for strategic reasons as well. It's a symbol of New Delhi's expanding global diplomatic presence, and another sign of strengthened bilateral ties with France. Post the inauguration of the consulate, the two leaders will visit the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, or ITER, close to Marseille. This is a major fusion technology project. It aims to create energy through a fusion process, and India is an active participant in the project. But coming back to Marseille, why does a trip to the port city matter? Because this historic city is of strategic importance to France and by proxy, India. Marseille is one of France's busiest cities. Each day, cruise ships dock here. Masses of freight flow into the city from here. The dock spills tourists into the city, and fishing fleets go about their day feeding France right from here. This city is a reminder of Marseille's global past as a trade hub, and this is rooted in its present. This is the biggest port in France, and the third biggest in the Mediterranean. Plus, Marseille's location makes it a key gateway for trade between India and France. In fact, it's one of the entry points for the India-Middle East Economic Corridor, which has been billed a passage of possibilities. It envisages vast road, rail and shipping networks connecting India's west coast to Europe and the US via West Asia. The aim is to boost integration among global players, to enhance supply chains, and this promises economic and security gains. So talks on the corridor are high on the agenda for India. What's more, Marseille is also a strategic telecommunications connection hub. It is not only a gateway for trade, but also links submarine cables from Europe to Africa, West Asia, and Asia. These cables carry 99% of the world's data traffic. Traditionally, ties between India and France have remained in the realm of defense or security. But as they expand into crucial areas of tech innovation, renewable energy, and supply chain partnership, Marseille remains key to Prime Minister Modi's visit to France and New Delhi's growing diplomatic footprint.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Pretty measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Thagbir. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 4.3 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.